She's #1 at being dumb, the new face of the DNC. Gather round, cause that's our Jasmine.
Jasmine Crockett's got another hot take. No blacks and whites on a wedding cake. The Democrats' new chosen one, Jasmine Crockett, is in the news again for an old clip where she attacked Florida Rep. Byron Donalds for marrying a white woman.
Representative Byron Donald of Florida faced sharp criticism for being married to a white woman. Greg Gutfeld didn't just disagree, he erupted. On national television, he tore into Jasmine Crockett's performance with relentless precision, turning what might have been a quiet exchange into pure chaos. Each critique struck like lightning, leaving Crockett stunned and struggling for words as millions watched. Her prepared remarks crumbled against Gutfeld's unyielding attack. Shock rippled through the studio and social media ignited within seconds. By the time Crockett realized the dispute had escalated, the stage was engulfed in metaphorical flames.
Literally, it's because you married a white woman and so you think that that whitewashed you.
That's not very woke, is it? Of course, Crockett isn't the only Democrat who's opposed to interracial marriage, or else more Democrats would have voted for this one. Racist!
Gutfeld doesn't debate, he dismantles. His sharp wit and pinpoint accuracy turn every argument into a battlefield. Courtesy has no place here. With a biting, unmistakable cynicism, he slices through political posturing as if it were paper. The clash seemed inevitable as Crockett stepped into the spotlight, seeking another viral moment. When she tried to spin a routine committee discussion into drama, she underestimated her opponent. Her critical error was expecting the welcome of mainstream media. Gutfeld arrived without a trace of sympathy, every word aimed like a weapon, and the confrontation ignited instantly.
Plantation.
Tyrus, I go to you for no particular reason. Is she making any point there?
Like this makes me wish my mom made different father choices. Because we all get sucked into this. Like, this is... If you're gonna talk about black history, at least know it. This is... At least know it, okay?
If you're enjoying this takedown, don't forget to hit subscribe. Jasmine Crockett never truly entered the lion's den, yet she charged forward with unshakable confidence despite being outmatched. Her performances are celebrated more for spectacle than strategy. She has a knack for turning noise into theater, shouting over opponents, tossing catchphrases like confetti, and crafting moments outrageous enough to go viral. Her political playbook seems fueled more by applause than policy. Every microphone becomes her stage, every outburst carefully choreographed. To her fans, it's fiery passion. To everyone else, it's a hollow echo masquerading as justice.
It goes back to, that was 45 seconds of some of the, like, Kamala, you good right now. That was some of the dumbest I ever heard in my life. Here's the thing. This goes back to what we talked about earlier. They never have a solution. Just listen to your dumbass talk. You want to talk about agriculture? Why don't you fix the lottery? Why don't you make it easier for people who want to come into this country to work in agriculture and equitation and factories? Get rid of the lottery. Open it up. Talk to the president. Hey, we got a plan. We want to make it easier for people who can vet and come in and work in this country. Come up with an idea. Besides, any of y'all want to pick cotton? Or like, we're in suits in the middle of the Midwest. Why would we pick cotton? It's like the extreme stupidness of what she speaks. I'm so angry right now.
Gutfeld, by contrast, doesn't rely on volume. One sharp comment at a time, he dismantles the performance. That sly grin signals the calm before the storm, a warning that he's already seen the outcome, and it won't be pretty. When Crockett launched into her signature theatrics, political drama, grandstanding, and evasion, he didn't waste time on polite debate. He went straight for the roast, each remark casting harsh light on what others overlooked. Crockett lost control, reduced to chasing the next viral spark without substance. Just noise, no impact.
She's so rotten, she wants migrants picking cotton. We present to you Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who made this shocking argument why America needs immigrants. Roll it, Alfred.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
She wasn't asking questions. She was performing. Every word, every gesture came from rehearsal, not reason. Profundity was traded for viral quips, chasing the echo of her own praise instead of standing on conviction. For Gutfeld, this kind of political theater is the worst. He didn't raise his voice. Precision carried the weight. Every remark was surgically sharp, laced with sarcasm and quiet disdain. No yelling was necessary. Truth alone cut on deep. Crockett glimpsed a symbolic mirror, seeing contradictions, hollow slogans, and the fragile scaffolding of a persona built on spectacle. Dubbed the Queen of Committee Chaos, she often made headlines for theatrics, but this time, the act collapsed. Gutfeld dismantled it entirely. Each exaggerated pause, every staged flair left only raw exposure under the glare of his wit.
Kilmeade, she's getting to be the face of that party.
I know, thanks to your show.
Yeah.
I don't know what's more popular, this or The View on Gutfeld. But a couple of things. Did you see, at first I thought she was doing it for comedic purposes, but you watch back, nobody had a response. They didn't know what the hell she was talking about. And she's like, oh, really? Farming? Yes, it's called eating, farming. America's got the best farmers in the world. There's glory in doing it. People do it, and the people don't do it by hand anymore. This isn't 1820. So I was just stunned by what she's saying. But the weird thing is, she probably left that room thinking she knocked out of the park. And I don't think that anyone can stop her from being the face of the party, except Bernie Sanders, who's 111 years old, talking about oligarchs.
He revealed the inconsistencies beneath her fiery words, shattering the facade of indignation. One moment she preached unity, the next she painted critics as villains in an imagined conspiracy to sabotage her brilliance. Gutfeld wasn't fooled. He pierced the illusion, showing it as a polished distraction from a harsher truth. Behind the show, there's little substance. Then his tone shifted. Humor faded, replaced by scrutiny. Crockett's record, or lack thereof, stood bare. Despite frequent speeches and camera-ready moments, her tangible accomplishments in Congress are minimal. No major reforms, no landmark legislation, only recurring talking points recycled endlessly. Gutfeld broke it down until only one truth remained. She is a brand, not a leader. Fame has eclipsed statesmanship. Spectacle outranks substance. Ostentatious? Perhaps.
Do you have an opinion on this? Or should I move on to somebody?
No, I just... It has to come from me.
Yes.
Okay. None of y'all are qualified. Not just for one thing, I'm mad at Charlamagne the Guy because he should have kicked her out. See, the problem is that we are allowing our own culture to be openly racist and get away with it. Now, if a white person is offended by that, and they should be, they say something, it's like, it's not the same thing. But if you say that, and another brother looks at you and goes, man, you wrong for that. And I don't want you on my show. Get the hell out, because I'm telling you right now, if I was not on the show, which happens sometimes, and someone was sitting in his chair and he was complaining about black men this and black that, and they shouldn't be here, and you know what happens when a white woman marries a black guy, you would not have seen that guy in the next segment. He would have kicked his ass off, because you're not going to talk about somebody that I care about like that, or another person like that. That's the problem.
Essential? Not even close. That was the problem. As Crockett's supporters rushed in, they shouted prejudice, recycled worn-out defenses, and claimed every critique was fear of her power. Gutfeld wasn't having it. Calmly, he reminded everyone that criticism is accountability, not cruelty, cutting through the chaos with precision. Perhaps politics isn't the right arena for someone unprepared for scrutiny. Online, reactions were immediate and fierce. Memes spread rapidly, some recreating the moment in slow motion like a UFC knockout, others mocking her in cartoons. Ironically, the spectacle was self-made. Even without a stage or props, she drew attention relentlessly, trying to dodge but unable to escape. Gutfeld pressed on, infusing every line with sarcasm, wit, and surgical accuracy that pierced through the noise.
Although I'm not saying you have great taste. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Oh, man. Okay.
He wasn't just critiquing a weak argument, he dismantled an entire performance. Crockett's brand of political theater crumbled under him. Viral fame doesn't equal leadership, and he proved it with rapid-fire humor and sharp observation. The knockout came next. Gutfeld exposed the hollowness behind her record, mocked the theatrics, and showed that attention-seeking stunts and controversy do not define a leader. What matters are results, not slogans, memes, or dramatics. By prioritizing spectacle over substance, Crockett set herself ablaze, and Gutfeld made sure the fire consumed her entirely with his trademark precision. It was more than a takedown. For any politician chasing internet applause, it was a warning. Greg Gutfeld didn't just dismantle Jasmine Crockett's performance, he turned it into a live lesson in accountability. His sharp critique left a lasting mark on those who mistake noise for authority. The message was clear: we see you and we're unimpressed. There was no debate here, only dominance.
Jesse, they call Musk a Nazi, and next thing you know, you got swastikas on cars. They called Trump Hitler and a Nazi and a fascist, and he got shot. So I don't really ever see that happening on the Republican side when we make fun of Democrats. It's also about the supporters, not just the leaders. It seems like Democrats are easily programmed to do bad things.
Yes, they are. They're very easily programmed, Greg.
I made you say that.
Gutfeld's move was the intellectual equivalent of crashing a dinner party. Crockett's credibility collapsed faster than a paper boat in a storm, despite her furious attempts to rally the crowd. When the dust settled, silence spoke volumes. No sympathy, no applause, just the reality that the spectacle had crumbled. Crockett threw out keywords like sparks, systemic oppression, the people's voice. Let me finish, but they fizzled against Gutfeld's calm, unwavering gaze. The scene was chaotic, loud, and ultimately pointless, like someone screaming at a grease fire. Gutfeld, by contrast, remained composed, dissecting every word with surgical precision and that signature smile that said, "This isn't a fight, it's a formality." His timing was flawless, fluid, insightful, occasionally humorous. He glided through the exchange while Crockett struggled to maintain control. Even the faintest background noise seemed to underscore his mastery. Every sarcastic jab landed like a confetti cannon, delighting the audience. As laughter broke and tension eased,
First they cursed, now they thirst for blood. Jasmine Crockett is upping her temper tantrums, now saying the only way Democrats can win elections is by throwing hands.
I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. It's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard, right?
Crockett's missteps became a live demonstration of what happens when drama collides with reality. Her supporters went into overdrive, countless tweets condemning racism and misogyny, opinion pieces popping up every few minutes, heartfelt Instagram posts, yet the burn marks were impossible to hide. The fallout couldn't be stopped. This wasn't a slip-up. The stream went dark in real time, and more than just the self-proclaimed empress was exposed. She broadcasted her own unraveling while Gutfeld exited with the calm assurance of someone certain of victory. There was no debate. This was an autopsy of culture, a sharp, unflinching critique of politicians who mistake attention for achievement and chaos for charisma. The serenity stung most of all. Sardonic humor, surgical precision, no yelling, no theatrics. Like someone dissecting a performance he had studied 100 times, Gutfeld laid out fact after fact. He wasn't angry, he was indifferent. No insult could penetrate that composure. Crockett, holding the microphone, froze, waiting for applause that never came. Politics is karaoke, shouting into a silent room. It failed because hashtags don't make policy and noise isn't strategy. This was reality versus performance, truth versus theater.
Now, she claims that she wasn't talking about Abbott's wheelchair at all. Yet she's mentioned Abbott's wheels before. In 2022, she posted Beto's rolling around the state. Where's Abbott rolling to? And according to the Washington Free Beacon, Crockett also liked several Facebook comments referring to Abbott as Hot Wheels back in 2020.
Gutfeld exposed the dangers of the viral legislator, those who treat Congress like a content studio, every action aimed at clicks rather than outcomes. Politics isn't a brand, an audition, or a stage for ambition disguised as conviction. True leadership is measured by results, not retweets. Where spectacle masquerades as substance, Gutfeld is always there with incisive wit that cuts through the illusion, turning ambition into a warning. Jasmine Crockett learned this lesson brutally. Under the dazzling lights, there was nowhere to hide.
How long is she going to keep this thing that she wasn't talking about, the wheelchair?
Yeah. Come on, babe, you know you're full of and all that, Jasmine. I think what happened was AOC was like, you guys, I need to triangulate and be serious now because I'm going to be a senator. So someone has to be a talking attention whore. Who is it going to be? And Jasmine raised her hand and goes, excuse me, Congresswoman Cortez, I speak jive.
Where applause should have been, there was calm. When the cameras went off and the news settled, one fact was undeniable. This wasn't a typical viral clash. Gutfeld didn't just win the conversation, he held up a mirror to the political circus. The spectacle, the rage, the endless pursuit of clicks, all crushed by something simple yet essential: competence. Loud speeches and trending hashtags are poor measures of leadership. Real power is revealed in what remains after the lights fade. Eventually, the stage went dark, leaving Crockett alone in the spotlight of her own performance, greeted by silence instead of cheers. Calm as ever, Gutfeld left behind a scorched stage and an unmistakable lesson. Power based on performance cannot survive truth. Politics isn't entertainment, it's responsibility. And when the cameras stop, only one thing matters: outcomes.